Hey
guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Omwando Enoch. Of course, channel number 1 on matters with disabilities. Today, I want us to talk about how to apply for tax exemption certificate. How to apply for tax exemption certificate. Be with me from now until the end of the video. But before that, I want to appreciate you guys for reaching me 100 subscribers. I'm one happy man, and I want us now to take it to 200 subscription. Now come on, just subscribe before I start talking about the content of today. Give you 5 seconds to subscribe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for subscribing. Usiangalie tu video, just subscribe. That's the only way you can promote me, and you can give me morale of bringing you this quality information on matters with disabilities. Without much ado, let's go to the point of today. This video, as I said, I want us to talk about how to apply for tax exemption certificate. Of course, people who apply for tax exemption certificate are people with disabilities, but it doesn't mean that this video is only concerned with those ones who are persons with disabilities, but even those ones who don't have disability. Why do I say this? You might be a person who doesn't have a disability, but you have a relative, you have a child, you have a wife, a husband, a friend who is a person with disabilities. Therefore, if you learn something from here, you might go and help this person who is close to you on how to apply for tax exemption certificate. Number one, what we are supposed to do, let's talk about the requirements or the qualifications or the requirements for one to apply for tax exemption. What qualifies you to apply for tax exemption? These are the requirements. Of course, you must be a person with disability. Number 2, you must have been registered with National Council for Persons with Disabilities. National Council for Persons with Disabilities, as I said previously, is a body or institution mandated by the government of Kenya to register and to work on issues concerning people with disabilities. So you must be registered with National Council with Disabilities. After you've been registered, you'll be given a registration card, as I told you the other time. Another thing that you need to have, you must have a national ID. You must have a national ID or national identity card. Also, you must have a valid medical report. A valid medical report, as I put it last time, is that you go to the hospital. That is, of course, a recognized hospital and a government hospital. In physiotherapy department. Then you'll be assessed there. Then after assessment, this form of for assessment will be taken to Ministry of Health, that is Afya House, for director's signature and stamp. After it has come, it will be called now an official or valid medical report. Valid medical report also, it should be within 5 years, because after 5 years it expires and you go for another one. Another thing that you need to have for you to apply for tax exemption certificate, you must fill a tax exemption form. Where do you get the tax exemption form? You'll get it from National Council for Persons with Disabilities office. So in your county, you have an officer who is mandated to handle issues for persons with disabilities in National Council for Persons with Disabilities office. So I want to say that in all 47 counties in Kenya, we have offices for National Council for Persons with Disabilities. So you'll go there, you'll ask for the form that is a assessment, that is a registration form, or a tax exemption, tax exemption form. Then you go and fill that form. After you have filled it, or you have filled that form, you will take it back to that office for signatory. You will be the last person to sign for that form. Another thing that you need a recommendation letter from your employer. A recommendation letter from your employer. Maybe you are employed in a bank, you're employed in anywhere you are employed. Your employer should give you a recommendation letter that this person worked with our institution, or works with our office. Therefore, he deserves, and he is or she is a person with disability. Therefore, she deserves any assistance accorded to him or her. So after this, all these documents, then now when you have all those documents that I've talked about, you are good to go to apply for tax exemption. How do you apply for tax exemption? After you have filled the form, you have had all these documents. Oh, another document that I forgot, sorry, is I'm trying to remember it offhand. I don't have where I've written. Another thing that you need is tax compliance certificate. Tax compliance certificate, you go to the cyber and apply for the same. You'll be given tax compliance certificate. So after you've gotten all those documents that I've talked about, you will attach all of them. Then you will go to the cyber or your employer. Then you'll be given another document called a slip, latest paying slip. You attach all those documents. Then you'll take them to the officer in your county concerned with matters with disabilities. That's the Office of National Council for Persons with Disabilities. You'll take it to the officer of National Council for Persons with Disabilities. Then he will send this document to headquarters. That is National Council for Persons with Disabilities headquarters. That is Westlands. After these documents have gone to Westlands, you will wait for a response in your email. Either this email will tell you have been recommended, waiting for your tax exemption certificate. But there are things that happens before you be given the tax exemption certificate. After these documents have reached Nairobi, you will be called for vetting. But we have two types of vetting. There is one vetting called desk vetting. That one doesn't need you to be there face to face. It will be done by the officers concerned. There are people who are concerned for there's a committee, one guy from KRA, other people from National Council for Persons with Disabilities, and doctors. They will sit, then they will verify and they recommend you immediately without seeing you. Who qualifies for this? People who are amputated, people who are blind, people who are on wheelchairs, and those ones who are deaf. Those ones can be vetted, can be done desk vetting, and they will be recommended for tax exemption. But these other disabilities that I have not talked about, they'll have to be called, that is the second type of vetting. They'll be called for face-to-face. So you'll wait for a message, either to be told, go to Kisumu if you come from Nyanza. If you come from Coast, you'll be told where to go. If you come from Central, you'll be told where to go. You don't need to go to Nairobi for vetting. You'll be called, but at a central place. Then you'll be vetted. Again, here, you'll get the same people those ones I said who do desk vetting. They are the ones that you are going to meet in the field. Then they'll check you and see whether you qualify or not. So after that, they will tell you go back. Then you'll get an email says you have been recommended and your application has been approved. If it has not been approved, you will be told you'll be given what we call a regret. But if you get a regret, it's not bound to final. You can do what we call reappealing, or you can appeal. You can appeal, you do a letter and appeal so that it can be redone again. So those are the procedures and the requirements for applying tax exemptions. I believe this video has helped you, and I'm sure you have known something that you didn't know. And if you are an employee, if you are working with either private entity or government, now you know that you qualify for tax exemption certificate. You don't need to pay what we call payee. This is a favor, a legal favor that the government gave people with disabilities, and therefore you grab this opportunity and go for tax exemption. I'm sure it will help you. And this thing, I know it has been disturbing so many people. People have been inboxing me to talk about this. Now that I've talked about it, I'm sure you know how to apply and what are the requirements for tax exemption certificate. After that, finally, if you'll be recommended, you are within 2 weeks, or actually at most 2 weeks, you'll get your tax exemption certificate. You'll go and print it from your email or your KRA portal. You take it to your employer, give him, and you'll be good to go. You'll be exempted from tax. Thank you very much, guys, for your time. Before I wrap up this video, I want to appreciate you. As I said, I really appreciate that we have reached 100 subscribers. Sasa nataka mcheze kama nyinyi tufike 200 subscribers, so that mtanipatia ile moyo nami ya kuwasukumia vitu hapa vile ambavyo vinakuja na mambo ambayo yanahusu watu wenye ulemavu. Mambo ni mengi ambayo yanahusu watu wenye ulemavu ambayo tutazungumzia. Hata tukizungumza kuanzia leo, hiyo this content ambayo nimeanzisha, it will continue, itaendelea, because mambo ya ulemavu ni mengi. We'll talk about relationship in future. We'll talk about how you are supposed to relate. If you are a person without disability, how are you supposed to handle a person with disability? If you are a person with disabilities, how are you supposed to relate with those ones who are not people with disabilities? So we'll talk about so many things. If you subscribe, I'm sure you will not regret joining this channel. Otherwise, thank you very much. Remember to like this video. Remember, as usual, to share. And remember to comment and ask questions where you feel that you need to know. Otherwise, thank you very much. Subscribe. Bye-bye. Till next time.